thank you everyone for being here and for showing your support to this important cause. And thank you for Augustin's family for coming out. This is the first time they are all here together in support of him, his parents, aunts, uncles, and I can't thank them enough. I am the wife of Agustin Aguayo, conscientious objector and war resistor. I don't know how many of you know this story, but on September 1st, he got orders to deploy and refused to deploy and was told by a second lieutenant not to go to the deployment because they didn't want a domino effect. My husband stayed home and waited for them to come for him, and then decided to go because we were fearful that they would take him by force, and that is what, in fact, what happened. They came to the apartment looking for him. The next day, my husband turned himself in to the MP station, only to find out that he would not be court-martialed, but that he would be taken by force to Iraq in shackles, handcuffs, and lifted onto the plane if need be. When he saw the opportunity, he escaped, got out the back window of our apartment. And what I want people to know is that that was not an act of cowardice. It was an act of bravery. It would have been much easier for him to go to Iraq. He went to Iraq once before, and for 2004, 2005 as a conscientious objector. And when he went there, he refused to load his gun. My husband is not a coward. While there, he did guard duty, patrols without ammunition, and the unit knew about it and said, if he wishes to die, if he has a death wish, so be it. They still put him on guard duty, and they still sent him out on patrols. My husband, when he went to Iraq the first time, thought that because he had followed all the rules and was doing what was required of him as a conscientious objector, filling out the application, doing all the interviews, that he would be found to be a conscientious objector, but he was not. 6 months into his deployment, he was denied, and his status was taken away. And he continued to work and serve. But after being in Iraq, he knew that when he went, that he would not kill. But after being there, he knew he could never go back and support that. And so on September 1st, he refused to go. And I don't know how many of you saw that, but he held a press conference on September 26th in Los Angeles. And then with the support of wonderful, lovely people, peace lovers such as ourselves, he turned himself in Barstow, Fort Irwin. And the unit was so angry with him and so outraged with his actions that they actually had the same two sergeants that lost him come and get him, and they took him back to Mannheim. He's currently in pretrial confinement, and he's facing 7 years. He's a good person. He doesn't deserve this. And I just want everyone to know his story. He is someone that has, the worst thing he ever got was a parking ticket, a speeding ticket. And, he has a meritorious record. A few weeks before he was charged with an Article 15 for refusing to load his gun, he was given the Good Conduct, Meritorious Good Conduct Medal. In Iraq, he was given the Combat Medic Badge for being, for doing his job. He's a good person with a good record, and now he's looking at 7 years, a dishonorable discharge, and we need the support of people like you. Without the support of you, we would not have the energy to continue. What keeps my husband going every day is the mail he gets. He gets between 20 and 30 letters a day. That's what he averages. Back there in that table, there's an address and flyers with the address where you can write to him. And I would appreciate if anyone has the time to write to him. That would be just wonderful. And also, we're trying to raise donations to pay for his attorneys. We have been going through this. Many people think my husband just woke up one day and said, oh, I'm going AWOL, but that's not the case. We've been fighting this for 3 years, and we've sued the Secretary of Defense twice, and we have a court pending, in the Washington, D.C. Court of Appeals, and we're waiting for a panel of 3 judges to give us a decision. And we're hoping that my husband will be vindicated and will get an honorable discharge, and he will be released from Mannheim. Until then, I can't thank you enough for supporting us and for allowing me to share our story, and for just holding our hands when we need to be, when you do, and giving us a hug, because, you know, this is really hard for us. One of my daughters has prepared something to say on behalf of both of my daughters, and she'd like to read it. Her name is Raquel.
We are really proud of our dad. He taught us to stand up for what we believe in, so we support him even though this has been really hard. I wish our dad was home. We think this is unfair, and we want people to know that our father is such a good person and he does not deserve this. We are a strong family and we are going through this together. Our father is not the only one suffering. We all are, but he is standing up for what he believes in, and we believe in him. We don't care that people think he's a coward, because we know he is not. He is our hero, and we will be together soon. For now, we really miss him, and your support has made this hard time easier, and we just wanted to thank you.
Also,